Hello dear citizens, my name is Ganesh and today we're going to talk about the recession of 2020. Yesterday, the International Monetary Fund made an announcement. They said that we are on the verge of a recession. So what are the causes of the 2020 recession? It's quite obvious. It is the novel coronavirus pandemic. So what has the pandemic actually done to our economy? The first point is that over 80 countries have already approached the IMF to get some funds because they are deficit of it. At the same time, around $83 billion have been removed from the market to sustain their industries. The IMF has also declared that the current recession of 2020 is going to be as worse or even much more worse than the Great Recession back in 2009. So before we dig into the current recession, let us discuss some vital points of the Great Recession back in 2009, just to understand the severity of the current recession that we are going to face. The Great Recession. This took place between a time period of 2007 and 2009. And the main cause of the Great Recession was due to the faulty management of investment bankers and other housing agencies. So what were the after effects or the effects of the Great Recession in 2009? The Great Recession, the unemployment rate took a toll, or in fact doubled, from 5% in 2007 to 10% in 2009. And in fact, due to the unemployment rate doubling, 8.7 million people were left jobless or they were unemployed. The GDP also took a fall by 4.3%. The gross domestic product or the GDP. What happens when the GDP takes a fall? When the GDP reduces, the purchasing ability of an individual also reduces. So in fact, when the GDP lowers down, your ability as an individual to make purchases also reduces. In fact, the recovery of the Great Recession back in 2009 took around 1.5 years or around 18 months. Now yesterday, the IMF has also made a very positive statement. They have told that the current recession that we are going to face in 2020 will take around just 1 year to recover. In fact, less than 1 year. They are saying by 2021, we will surpass the current recession. Now, aren't you curious enough to know why the IMF is so confident that we will tackle this recession by less than a year? Whereas the Great Recession took around 1.5 years in the 2009. There is an answer to this as well. The cause of today's recession is due to the pandemic. And the IMF and other agencies are so sure that they can tackle this pandemic. Whereas the cause of the recession or the Great Recession in 2009 was much more complex. It was regarding banking sectors, it was regarding leasing agencies, it was regarding people, taxes, and it was a lot more complex. So how can we as a community also tackle the recession? The community, in fact, the government agencies that lead the community have to fund in a lot of money to those sectors that are on the verge of recession or on a verge to crash, including households, small scale markets, etc. So by this methodology, our governments have to make aggressive decisions to implement rough policies to tackle the recession. In fact, today's recession is directly proportional to the rate of the pandemic also. So, the faster we tackle the pandemic first, it will be much more easier for us to tackle the recession that comes with it. So, for tackling the pandemic, it's not only the government's opinion, it also deals with the community and the people also. So with proper coordination between the people and the government, we can tackle the recession and the pandemic also. So if you like this video, do leave a like. Please do feel free to share your comments in the comment box. And if you're curious enough to see much more videos, do subscribe as well.